and straight. This is to all white America. Because y'all don't understand. Here it is. When folks say that Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and Reverend Al Sharpton is the voice of the black folk, that ain't nothing but a bold-faced lie. Sure is. Look at here. First of all, you got to separate them. You got to separate them. Watch now. Let's take Reverend Jesse Jackson. Now the boy got good raising. He got good raising. Come up good. Had a good leader. Dr. Martin Luther King. He had a good example. And he was following behind him like he's supposed to. But after Dr. King left, this boy thought he could step up in his shoes. How you gonna step in Dr. King's shoes? You ain't got no business even trying them. But he did. Tried to run for president. What? No, he didn't. Yes, he did. I know something was wrong with him then. Everybody could see it. Look at here. How you gonna try to run for president with your black self and then gonna be messing around with Louis Farrakhan, who trying to kill every white man on the planet? We know you had to be out your mind when you was trying that mess. Look here. Look at here. So he was running behind Farrakhan like some little chippy, like a little groupie or something. You know, he liked to follow behind folk. And then he messed around and talking about Jaime Town. Come on, you know he was influenced. He done backslid. He ain't talking about Jesus. He's a politician and a bad one at that. He ain't the voice of the people. He done some things good overseas and got a few folks released, but you know, for the most part, he's about himself, and we know that. Now let's go on to the other, Reverend Al Sharpton. Look. Now that boy, I don't know what his initial raising was, but for the most part, he was raised by the hardest working man in show business, the late James Brown. Now how you gonna call yourself a man of God and your idol is in show business? Come on now. Look, I give all the respect to the late James Brown. I seen him for myself. I heard him and his boy. But look at him. If you gonna tell somebody that they supposed to be a preacher boy, a reverend, and yet he running around with you, going to every show, you running around dealing with drugs and dealing with women, chippies, and you got this man talking about he's a preacher and running behind you. What kind of preacher is he gonna be? You supposed to put him in some type of monastery or some type of preacher school, Jesus school or something. How you expect them to come up if you talking about come and watch me at this show and that show, but read your Bible at the same time? Come on now. So here he was, following the hardest working man in show business. Now watch this. And he, Al Sharpton, became the hardest working man in no business. That's right, no business. What I mean? That means he ain't got no business messing with other folks' business. Every time you see him, he messing around with other folks' business where he ain't got no business messing in. Watch now. Tawana Brawley, back in the 80s, what you doing trying to accuse folks of raping and doing things to Tawana Brawley, and you ain't even know the facts? And when it all come out, it was a big lie. Trying to get police officers messed up and even jumped on Como. Yeah, talking about he's involved with the KKK. And that all blew up in his face. If that wasn't bad enough, look at right now. Running around talking about the Duke players had raped this woman. Come on now. When it all come out, he wasn't nothing but representing a false accuser one more again. And now you ain't got nothing to say. He just want to be in front, being seen. You know it's called a political pimp. Come on now. Can't none of them represent the black folk. I tell you what, we ain't had no representatives since Dr. King. If you watch careful, you're going to find Reverend Jesse Jackson running behind Obama. Yes, he will. He'll run behind anybody. Anybody. He'll run behind them. Look, we ain't got nobody that run. You know what? I be the represented us if you keep on messing around. Look, I didn't just fall off no cabbage wagon. I've been dealing in cabbagery for a long time. Looky here. This ain't paint in my head. I've been around for a little while. Sure have. I might have to skin this possum. I've been skinning possums for a long time. To mess around and have me doing this. It's a shame. Folks want to jump up and try to represent folks, and they worse than... Look, it's like this. I was in New York one time, and there was this known drug dealer selling drugs all through the hood. One day, we was out there on the streets, and this young boy, could have been nothing but maybe 14 or 15, snatched the woman's purse right in front of everybody and went running right down the sidewalk. Didn't even jump fences and things like he's supposed to when you snatch a purse. He ran straight down the sidewalk. And didn't you know that this known drug dealer ran across the street and jumped on him and caught him? Of course, the woman was happy. She got her purse back. But when this drug dealer caught this boy, the boy looked up and said, "No, you didn't jump on me. How you gonna stop me? I'm snatching the purse and I don't know if it got a nickel in it or $20. And you a drug dealer. I'm a baby criminal. You a known criminal. You doing worse criminal acts than I am. So how you gonna jump on me?" That's the same way it is with these folk. We know Reverend Jesse Jackson and Reverend Al Sharpton may have started out good. But how you gonna jump on somebody and we know that you got mess up in you? You can't represent us. Come on now. How you want it? I'm Josh B. Goode, and I'm skinning this possum.